In the last 2 years, how many times has President Donald J. Trump been indicted?
4 times, I believe.
Was President Barack Obama criminally prosecuted when he killed United States citizens using drones without notice and without due process?
The radical left wants you to believe the concept of presidential immunity is a dangerous modern invention. But Senator Ted Cruz just marched into a Senate Judiciary hearing and completely obliterated that lie on live television.
Senator Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The nub of the Democrats' argument today is that the concept of presidential immunity is somehow unprecedented, is somehow remarkable. That claim is utterly ahistorical and disconnected from the entire constitutional history of the Republic. General Mukasey, before 2023, how many times has the President of the United States been indicted?
None.
Before 2023, how many times has a former President of the United States been indicted?
None.
In the last 2 years, how many times has President Donald J. Trump been indicted?
4 times, I believe.
Now, many presidents of both parties have engaged in controversial actions, and yet none of them have been indicted. Let me ask you, General Mukasey, if a private citizen were to erect an internment camp and to forcibly kidnap American citizens, to single them out because of race, and to imprison them based on their race, would that private citizen be subject to criminal prosecution?
Would.
When President Franklin Delano Roosevelt did the exact same thing and erected Japanese internment camps, was FDR prosecuted?
He was not.
Let me ask you, similarly, if a private citizen were, say, to detonate a nuclear weapon over a city and kill over 140,000 people, and then if that private citizen a few days later detonated another nuclear bomb over another city and killed 75,000 people, could that private citizen be criminally prosecuted?
He would.
Was President Harry Truman prosecuted for detonating nuclear weapons over Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
He was not.
All right, how about this? If a private citizen launched a weaponized drone and killed a United States citizen, could that private citizen be criminally prosecuted?
He would.
Was President Barack Obama criminally prosecuted when he killed United States citizens using drones without notice and without due process?
He was not. Although, as far as due process is concerned, I believe the comment of my successor to that question was that Anwar al-Awlaki got, quote, all the process that was necessary.
Well, although I suspect he might disagree with that assessment were he able to present his case.
Right.
All right. Let's contrast that with the rules that govern other federal officials. You were a judge for 19 years. As a federal judge, did you have immunity from your official acts?
For my official act, yes.
Do federal prosecutors have immunity from their official acts?
They do.
Now, the distinction between official acts and personal acts is not a terribly shocking distinction. Under the decision of Trump versus United States, if any president walks onto the sidewalk and just shoots a citizen, is that president liable to be prosecuted?
He is.
How about this? If a president steals funds from his campaign, does that president face criminal liability?
He does.
How about this? If a president sexually assaults, let's say, an intern in the Oval Office, is the president subject to criminal prosecution for that?
He could be.
So that distinction, again, is not a shocking distinction. The Founding Fathers vested the executive power in a single president of the United States. What we have seen in the last 2 years is we have seen Democrats deliberately weaponizing the Department of Justice and our legal system to target their political opposition. It is not an accident that every indictment against President Trump was brought by a Democrat and was brought after he announced his campaign for President of the United States. Understand, the target of those indictments was not ultimately President Trump, it was the voters. It was prosecutors who were terrified that the voters would choose to re-elect President Trump. One of the great things about the United States is we're not a banana republic. Since 2000, the nation of Pakistan has had 6 former prime ministers prosecuted and convicted. Brazil has had 3 former presidents arrested and imprisoned. Last year, Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega arrested, charged, and imprisoned 40 political opponents. General Mukasey, you are Attorney General of the United States. Is it the proper role of the Department of Justice to prosecute and target the political opponents of whoever happens to be President of the United States?
It is most assuredly not.
Thank you.
Left-wing activists love to claim that no president has ever had immunity from criminal prosecution, but Ted Cruz brought a historical reality check directly to the record. He pinned down former Attorney General Michael Mukasey, contrasting what would happen to a private citizen with the official acts of past presidents. If a private citizen launched a weaponized drone and killed a United States citizen, could that private citizen be criminally prosecuted? Was President Barack Obama criminally prosecuted when he killed United States citizens using drones without notice and without due process? Mukasey confirmed the obvious. Obama was never prosecuted. Cruz didn't stop there. He exposed how Franklin D. Roosevelt was never prosecuted for the racially motivated kidnapping and internment of Japanese Americans. And Harry Truman was never indicted for dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yet the moment Donald J. Trump challenged an election, weaponized prosecutors hit him with 4 separate indictments. If you are sick and tired of a double-standard Department of Justice acting as a political hit squad for the party in power, smash that subscribe button right now. We are breaking down the biggest political truth bombs every single day, and your support keeps us fighting on the front lines. Cruz went on to brilliantly clarify the Supreme Court's landmark ruling in Trump v. United States. He proved that the boundary between personal crimes and official acts is basic common sense. If a president shoots someone on the sidewalk, steals campaign funds, or commits a personal assault, they face absolute criminal prosecution. Nobody is arguing they shouldn't. But by trying to turn off political acts of the executive branch into criminal offenses, the radical left is trying to drag America down the dark path of a banana republic. The timing of these indictments exposes the entire game. Cruz pointed out that every single indictment against